What's going on there, folks? Good evening. It is September 24th, 2020, about 9:36 p.m. West Coast time. Taking a look at the earthquake 3D globe here, shows the latest earthquake, a 5.3 magnitude quake off of South Africa, or no, South America, I should say. And kind of a strange area. We don't see a whole lot of earthquake activity going on within that region, but nonetheless, it's happening tonight, and pretty much activity worldwide looking a little bit on the interesting side here. We'll go ahead and move over to the USGS map here to get a better overview of the activity going on down here in the Gulf of Mexico, off of the coast of Mexico region here. Zooming in here into this fracture area of the Pacific Plate. Shows a 5.3 magnitude quake that struck earlier today. Followed up by a 4.5 aftershock there in the fracture area. Not a whole lot of earthquake activity following that 5.3, but it definitely showed up on some of the seismograph stations there in Southern California there. I was monitoring the live stream when it happened, and we were watching that pretty much live there on the Barrett station, which is pretty much right around this area here. So we've seen it come in live, and it took the USGS quite a while for them to announce that earthquake. Taking a look at the rest of the globe, or at least the California map here. Relatively quiet for the most part, except for your typical earthquake activity along a major plate boundary, such as the North American and Pacific Plate here on the south. Also up here in Nevada, seen a pretty good cluster of quakes there, following the large earthquake that struck there a few months back. This is expected, right? When you have a large earthquake, you're expected to see the fill-in. It's pretty much like I call it the fill-in activity. When you rupture the surface of the earth and pressure continues to build in that region, this is what you see. It's aftershock activity. It's expected fill-in aftershock activity, and this can continue for, I'm not even joking, for years within this area. And that's obviously what we're seeing tonight there in Nevada. What do we got going? Texas. What is going on out there in the beautiful state of Texas? One of the largest states out there in the beautiful land of America, right? I absolutely love chasing out there. And what I mean by chasing, it means by storm chasing, I guess. So anyway, real quick, Texas showing a little bit of activity there. 3.4 earthquake right around White City. New Mexico area. But if you look at the map there, check out the map there. All this activity is occurring south of New Mexico. So USGS claiming the New Mexico quakes there, just a little bit off. Pecos, Texas is a very strong area that we've seen activity there in the past. We've seen actually quite a bit of earthquake activity throughout the past couple months there along Pecos, Texas region. And that's pretty common as far as earthquake activity goes there. So that cluster of quakes there just mixing in with all the weird the weird activity out here, no doubt. Yellowstone National Park there, pretty quiet for the most part. No swarms. Let's go ahead and go into the Tremor map here. At least for today, or at least for today, I should say. Southern Oregon, pretty much on the spot of activity. But overall, if you look at the wide scale image here, it's pretty much calming down when it comes to tremor out here. So that could be a good thing, that could be a bad thing. Let's go ahead and go into the today in earthquake history here. And we bring up Arizona for the most part here. And we talk about an earthquake. And according to the USGS, an M. Okay? Flagstaff, Arizona, back in 1910. There was some major earthquake activity taking place back there. I had to go to a Arizona Educational Department site here to investigate the activity that took place back in 1910. USGS did not specifically state what was going on, but we go to this site here and we can see back in 1906, 1910, 1912, the Flagstaff, Arizona area, 3 moderate-sized earthquakes ranging from 6.0 to 6.2 rattled the folks here in the Flagstaff area. Arizona, you are not out of earthquake territorial activity. I'm not even joking. Anywhere in the Rockies, anywhere in the southern Rockies, the Arizona seismic belt area, you guys are obviously affected, and that will continue, no doubt, for some time. But some major quakes taking place back there in that 1910 earthquake date. If you want to go a little bit further back, we talk about 1887. Arizona, what's going on there? Why is there a 7.6 magnitude quake striking there? Could you imagine if that happened today? Really, folks, could you imagine if that happened today? How much fear-mongering would go on I'm not even joking, throughout YouTube, throughout Facebook, Twitter. It doesn't matter. It's the end of the world out there in Arizona if a 7.6 magnitude quake were to strike today, with all the fear-mongering channels out there. Quite a few fatalities out there with that 7.6, folks. Earthquake activity is not absent from pretty much anywhere out here along the West Coast. If you live out here east of the Rockies, west of the Rockies, in the Rockies, no matter where you live out here, you can expect the probability of an earthquake out here. Okay, and this is just a simple map here from the USGS, and this doesn't really include a lot of activity there in Arizona. Arizona should be more way more involved when it comes to plate tectonics out here and the hazards of the earthquakes. But the USGS is minimizing that, so we'll go with their map. But it's there. The activity, the hazard, very possible out there throughout pretty much the entire United States. I'm not even joking. The entire United States out there is pretty much anywhere that could be affected from an earthquake. So anyway, folks, I gotta figure this out here real quick here. Let me back out, and we'll check out at least the latest earthquake update here. Well, 5.1 on the globe, south of South America, north of Antarctica. 35 kilometers below the surface. Ringing the bell. What's next? What is next out here is the question.